Okay, let's bring in our Natasha Ramsahai. Natasha, bitterly cold out there, but that's only half the story this weekend.
Yeah, and maybe even a third of the story, because we've got snow squalls, then we've got the cold, and then we've got a potential snowstorm coming our way. So if you haven't felt winter yet, you're definitely going to feel it over the coming days. They've been feeling it north of the city, where snow squalls have been ongoing here, going through the night, through this morning, and are continuing to pump out the additional snowfall amounts and totals. However, the wind is switching direction as we go through this afternoon. So it's been west winds targeting the east side of the Great Lakes. Over the coming hours here going into this afternoon, the wind is going to switch to the northwest, and that's going to drive the squalls from Georgian Bay right down into the North GTA. And so that's where we are finding the snow squall warnings, 10 to 15 centimeters for places like Uxbridge, over towards King City, up to 30 centimeters for Barrie, an additional 5, though, east of Georgian Bay, because things are shifting away from Parry Sound, Muskoka. And we might even see 5 centimeters here as we go into northwest Kitchener, Waterloo, Guelph, an additional 5 centimeters, and blowing snow as well. The winds will be gusting to 50 kilometers per hour today. That is what is already giving the wind chills, close to minus 30 down through southwestern Ontario. The extreme cold warning has just been hoisted minutes ago, and I think it may be extended into Toronto here as we continue to get colder, because these temperatures have been falling through the day. We've already hit our high, just like yesterday. We hit our high of minus 11. We are continuing to drop and add the wind on top of that. So the minus 21 is going to continue to feel colder throughout this afternoon. Overnight lows, these are not wind chills, the actual air temperature down to the minus 20s tonight. And that means those Saturday morning wake up wind chills are very close to minus 30. And then minus 40 is what it's going to feel like in eastern Ontario. Once you start talking minus 30, you have the risk of frostbite in 10 to 30 minutes. Minus 40, that drops to 5 to 10 minutes. So you really, as Karen had mentioned in news, if you can stay indoors during this cold, it's your best bet. And the high tomorrow is still running, like we should be at minus 2 for this time of year. We're going to be at minus 12. All right, we got to talk about the U.S. winter storm that is continuing to ramp up here as it's going to have a major impact, of course, in the U.S., but is also going to wrap back into southern Ontario before becoming a nor'easter for Atlantic Canada. Here's what's interesting, though. Before the storm even gets here, and this is what's going to elevate some of the snow amounts downtown Toronto and right along the lake. So anywhere from, I would say, even Oakville right over to Oshawa along the lake, you're going to get this additional snow. It doesn't look like a lot, but this is a lake effect snow band. I'm going to call it a snow snake, really. And it is going to, because of the east wind, drop snow as early as 1, 2, 3 o'clock Sunday morning. First, okay, there it is continuing, 5 to 10 centimeters possible before you even wake up on Sunday, continuing in through Sunday morning. And this, again, this is a problem because already we're going to be dropping 5, 10, possibly even 15 centimeters just out of this lake effect snow band. The storm hasn't even gotten here yet, okay? This is by 8 a.m. on Sunday. Now comes the storm, and this is all starting closer to the lunch hour on Sunday. The heaviest of the snow is going to be 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Sunday, so that's the time you don't want to be outside. I don't know if you can tell that lake effect snow band, that darker blue line, continues underneath the storm system, right? Can you see it right there, that dark blue? And that's why places like downtown Toronto, when I show you these snowfall amounts, I may be even underdoing it. And there's that lake effect band. As we go into Sunday night, it'll start switching over towards Hamilton. All right, so we know that this is all part of the U.S. big weather maker. There's going to be an ice situation south of this swath of snow, but the potential is there because of that lake effect snow band and that east wind off of Lake Ontario for 25 to 35 centimeters. This will be more than what we got last week. We had about 23 measured at Pearson. And again, I am being very conservative with that number. I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of spots topped out closer to 40 centimeters on Sunday with that blowing snow. The only good thing is that it's the light, fluffy kind, so it'll be easy to shovel, but you're probably going to have to shovel 3, 4, 5 times on Sunday. And it also means the Monday morning commute. Karen, I know you're on breakfast television on Monday. You're going to have to leave some serious extra travel time if we're, talking 30, 40 centimeters of snow that you'll have to transport through for Monday morning.
Okay, definitely. We'll have to set the alarm probably like half an hour earlier.
Yeah, at least half an hour.
Lots of extra time.
Yes.
Natasha, thanks so much for that.
You're welcome.